Morning, guys. We've come down to the sea rescue. Come down to say hello to the guys that pulled us in and make a little donation and have a look around. So here we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So you've got the doors open ready for us. Oh, well, here we go. Some big tugs. I think that's the one that towed us in the other day.
Very welcome sight, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Be from up here.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here. This is the big girl that pulled us in.
Yeah, this is West Wide One.
Yeah, he towed us in quite comfortably. I think we were doing about 15 knots coming in the other day. So yeah. Get your good stuff. Oh, stand next to us and you'll look good.
Hang on, from the back.
From the back? So who's Kathy?
This is Kathy.
So you were speaking to me on Saturday?
I was.
Yeah,
Yes.
we were the ones you had to go tow up from down south.
Yeah.
So,
All go
yeah.
well, did it?
Yeah.
It's all hopefully all sorted. So
Yeah, oh good.
yeah. So Kathy spoke to us on the radio and put up with my radio technique, which is
And
help.
you put up with mine.
But we got there. So yeah. So they got us in, and yeah. So this is the radio room up here, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is where your calls go, guys.
This is all the nerve centre. Everything gets logged on the computer and hard copy.
Okay. Yeah.
And if you go overdue by a quarter of an hour, we start to call you.
Call you.
We do that 3 times, ladies. Am I correct?
That's great.
Over quarter of our periods.
Ah.
If you still we haven't got hold of you, then we notify the water police and someone will start to look for you.
Okay. So do you do a phone call if you?
We're allowed to ring the mobile phone number only.
Yeah.
Only, yeah.
yes.
So what you?
So we ring the mobile phone number and hopefully they'll answer. We can't ring a home phone number because that's not correct. Because
No.
Yeah.
that's
Well, you're
what we
out in
have-
the
the
boat.
police, the waypole will do that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, just in case there's something has gone wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good system. It works
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And it's amazing the guys that actually get home and have a good shower after they've cleaned their fish and then
Yeah.
completely forget.
And that's
Yeah.
the
And
thing.
it's easy to do.
Yeah,
And
if
we
you're
don't
having a
mind
good
ringing
day
them.
out.
Yeah, well this is it. We don't mind ringing them. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, that's
it's all
all
part
good.
of the job.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you get home safe. So
It's just keeping everybody
Yeah.
safe, which is
Yeah.
why we do. That's why they
Yeah.
volunteer.
no.
Kathy's here a lot. I'm
Yeah.
here a lot.
An awful lot. These 2 ladies are the
Yeah.
life and soul of the place.
Yeah. Well, there's somebody always is, isn't there? There's always somebody that's here
There's always
a
somebody
lot.
listening or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
We've got, at the moment, we're on the winter shift, so we're only here 7 to 5 o'clock at night, 7 in
Okay.
the morning and 5 o'clock. And then we have after hours backup if necessary.
If necessary,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And in
yeah.
summer it's longer hours,
Yeah, extra hour.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
6 to 12, 6 to 6.
6 till 6.
Alpha Sierra 307, this is Mandurah Marine Rescue. Go ahead, please.
I'd just like to log on, please. It's just myself on board. I've got about 120 litres of fuel. Put my boat in at the Mary Street boat ramp. I'm just going to a few Ks off seascapes for a bit of a fish. And then my estimated time of return is 1300 over.
Alpha Sierra 307, could I have a mobile number, please? Over.
Mobile number is 0.
Alpha Sierra 307, you're on the log. Enjoy your day. Mandurah Marine Rescue standing by.
Yeah.
Right, so
It's as easy as that.
as you just picked up, as soon as somebody speaks on the radio, it's like
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
else
quiet.
shuts up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Otherwise, the radio operator throws
Oh,
up there.
Well,
Trying to listen to two
that's
conversations.
right.
yeah,
Fair
fair
enough.
Yeah.
enough.
But this is exactly what we expect people to say
Okay.
on there. That's all. And if they don't have a call sign with us, they must give us their phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
so that
something
we can
that
actually
I've got to
follow
do
through.
today is register for a call sign.
That's it.
So, John's just going to explain if you want to register for a call sign. So the benefits of that are.
Yeah, just to log on and log off is free. We're not going to charge you for that.
Yeah.
The next stage up is to get your own call sign. That costs you $35. With that, we have a bit more of your information, such as trailer rego and what have you. If we do have to come looking for you, it makes the job easier. You also get a newsletter every now and again, and you get access to free radio courses.
Oh, okay.
Really
Which would be
useful.
very handy.
Yes, which improve your radio technique and
Yeah.
just teach you the right way to go about things.
Yeah, awesome. So just about the radio channels. So off Mandurah, what radio channels are we going to use to call in?
Well, 16 is your emergency channel.
Yep,
And
so that's
you
for
have
your
to be-
Maydays.
Yeah, or Waypole will always double check who's calling in on 16,
Oh, okay.
just in case it is an emergency.
Yep.
So they're always listening 24 hours a day, but they're with us we do listen to 16 and answer if necessary. We do have VHF 77 and 82. They're the two stations that we monitor. If you're up near Dawesville, it's better to use 82
Yeah.
because that goes off with the repeater stations.
Yeah, that one worked really well for us the other day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really comes nice and clear.
Yeah.
Which is great. If you don't succeed the first time, when you call in, the radio operator could be busy.
Yes.
And so you need to wait a minute or two
Yeah.
and then call back again.
Yeah.
Calling straight after one call to another, it doesn't work.
Yes.
You're better off waiting a minute or two just in case, because it's amazing. They had, one person had 64, during a day they had 64 log-ons. And that was a lot, really busy day.
Yeah.
But it's a challenge.
Yeah.
But we do like hearing from the boaties, we do want them to log on because we do want to keep everybody safe. And it's not just them, it's their friends and their family who are safe on the water.
So in emergency, 16, or can you still use 82?
You can, well, in emergency, you can call 16 and the Waypole will get it.
Yeah.
We will also get it as well,
Yeah.
so we may answer. But, you say Mayday, if it's Mayday or Pan,
Yeah.
that'll go straight to Waypole.
So the difference between Mayday and a Pan.
Mayday is really serious when you're really about to hit the rocks, life-threatening more, and absolutely like that. Pan is when somebody falls in the water, basically, but they're safe, but they just need recovery.
Assistance.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
I did hear somebody sort of said that, if it's somebody's having a heart attack, that's still a pan, and I think that it was me. It's definitely a Mayday. If I'm on the boat, it's a Mayday.
We're not
It's
going to
called
split
Mayday.
hairs on that, are we? We're just going to call.
Yeah, you're just going to call. It's a Mayday. It's urgent. So Mayday is really serious. But if somebody's just in the water and needs recovering, then it's pan.
Okay, cool.
Or somebody's just hurt themselves, but not too bad.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So that gives us
And
a bit of an
call out
idea.
on 16. Waypole will pick up the call straight away. They will then ring us if it's in it for our area.
Yeah.
Then we follow it through.
Yeah.
And they keep in touch with us.
Okay.
We call a crew in, and they're usually in with 20 minutes. They're in and off in the waters within a half hour total.
Yeah, it didn't take long for them to get down to us the other day, so And I mean, it's a fair distance to Dawesville, and then we were past Dawesville, so
Yeah. They don't take long.
No.
They get going when they can.
It was good.
Yeah.
But it was just an ordinary breakdown. Call in on your standard channel, the one you
82,
used.
That's right.
We're just going to give the guys a quick donation, guys, for pulling us in the other day. So I was just asking how they work with all this, because obviously it's all run by volunteers. So your funding in that here, John?
Yeah, the main part of the funding we get is from the government. We're part of DFES, so we're the same as the SES or the Bush Fire Brigade. They pay for our fuel, they pay for boats, they own the boats, and they contribute somewhat to the maintenance of the buildings. But there's also a lot of other expenses, our day-to-day expenses, coffee, what have you, Vicky's, soft drinks, what have you. We have to do quite a bit of fundraising ourselves, so donations certainly help.
And that's the thing, guys, you got to realise, don't panic if you're in trouble out there, because these guys are not going to give you a bill. It's nice if you give a donation and you can help them out, but don't put yourself at risk by floating around out there thinking you can't afford a bill. And be quite honest, if you can't afford a donation, you can't afford to be going out fishing in the ocean. So keep that in mind. So this is John. So it was John, wasn't it? Yeah, another John. There's a lot of Johns in sea rescue apparently.
Call me Richo.
Richo. But Richo, he was the driver of the boat that pulled us in the other day. So yeah, they're all here. So yeah, big thank you, John. You got us home safe and
Not a
sound.
problem, that's our job.
I think they've come a bit further than that, guys. Look at that, one of the original boats.
And have you heard the story about how this organisation came to be?
No.
A lot of people don't realise that there's 37 marine rescue groups up and down the coast of Western Australia, but Mandurah was the first one.
Oh, okay.
And it came about because in 1958, I think it was, a group of nuns and a Catholic priest decided to go for a picnic in the estuary using a borrowed boat, and on the way back the weather turned nasty and several of them drowned. I think there was just 2 survivors, 2 nuns. And a local policeman decided that enough was enough and we need a dedicated rescue boat here in Mandurah, and that's where that one came from.
Oh, so that's the boat.
That's the first boat, and that's how
1961.
emergency water rescue, as it was then, that's how that came about, and then it got repeated right up and down the coast, so now it's part of
As all
DFS.
good things do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Mandurah was the original one. Something
Awesome.
to be proud of. Yeah. See that one and
Yeah.
that one as well, and the one behind it.
So we've got big one there, and smaller one, and there's got the rib up the front,
Yep.
and
So-
then we've got the bigger girl.
This big one is mostly ocean going. It's too big to get through the bridge into the estuary.
Ah,
So that's the sort of long distance
so
boat.
too tall.
Too tall to get under the bridge.
Yeah.
That's our ocean going boat really.
Yeah.
You get a lot of transiting yachts going through the area.
Oh, okay.
If they get into trouble, that's
Yeah.
the one we'll use.
Yeah.
Very comfortable boat in a big sea, that one.
Big sea. Yeah.
The catamaran here on the Jinka is a general purpose boat. We can use it in the estuary or in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's got a big towing capacity itself. Very, very manoeuvrable boat as well.
Yeah.
And then we've got the 2 smaller boats we use mostly in the estuary.
Estuary stuff. Yeah.
Not unusual in the summer to have all 4 out on occasions. You
No.
can get that busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you don't have 4 out, the boats that are out will have a queue of jobs waiting to...
Okay. So what happens on a day like today? You're here. Say they got to call that boat out. You have to call in a crew.
Yeah.
So they're
We're
just
all on a
on
paging system that's
and
on our
they
phones.
just come here.
Yeah, we, like Lynn was saying, we get here in about 20 minutes. We can be
Yeah.
off and running it within half an hour.
Yeah. And on the weekends, you got people here a bit more.
They're
or they-
usually here most
yeah.
of the day, yeah.
Because it didn't take them long to come out and get
they
us.
were already in the water.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. Go again. So how big's the motors on this?
2 500 horsepower cats in this one.
Jeez, this is a big boat.
Not particularly fast, you cruise along about 23 knots, but you get there and you get there comfortably and safe.
Yeah.
And it's got huge towing capacity as well, so
Yeah.
we can bring on some really big boats in this one if we have to.
If you have to, yeah.
We got incredible Simrad system.
Yeah,
We got multiple screens, so we can have radar, FLIR, chart up on there, depth sounder, radar.
Yeah.
We've got radio direction finder. You were talking earlier about the importance of having a radio on your boat.
Yeah.
That in itself is worth having a radio on your boat. If you're out there and you don't know exactly where you are, if your GPS has gone down,
Yeah.
if you can talk to someone on the radio, we can find you just using that.
Yeah.
Pinpoints.
You just count from 1 to 10 and this dial will show you which direction you are in relation to the boat. We just keep doing that and we'll track you down in no
Track you
time.
down. Yeah.
It's far more effective than radar actually.
Yeah.
In-
Oh, okay.
Radar on a small boat, because you're bobbing around a lot, is a bit hit and miss.
Oh,
Especially if the other boat's bobbing around as well. The,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
chances of
Well,
everything lining up at
That's
once.
the thing is when you're out there, when you're fishing, you get to see that where boats disappear.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're in a swell or they're in the swell.
And it disappears on
and
radar
you
for
disappear.
exactly the same
Yeah,
reason.
yeah. So,
But the radio direction finder is really, really
Yeah.
useful tool. So if you're just gonna have the radio just for that, it's worth having one.
yeah. Now the other thing I worked out when I radioed in, I was asked for a location and I wasn't quite sure. So what I worked out while we was out there was if you drop a pin on your navigation, it will then come up with your actual location on there, and then you can give them your actual location on there. So that does help. You can tell them exactly where you are, rather than like my first part of the call was, I'm about 5 miles south of the cut and I'm about 1.5 miles to 2 miles offshore. That gives them an idea. But when I clicked on and dropped the pin on my navigation, it actually comes up with your your east and your south.
Yep, your coordinates.
Your coordinates, and then you can tell them exactly where you are, and they can come exactly to you. It just makes life a bit easy. We were lucky the weather was good, but if that was shit weather, you probably want them there a bit quicker than a bit later. So yeah.
You can do the same day as on your mobile phone. If you pull up Google Maps, you can drop a pin. As soon as you drop that pin, the coordinates will come up on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, there's a couple of ways in doing it, guys, because it does make it a bit quicker. Like I say, if the weather's shit or it's a bit more urgent, you do want people there quicker. Me and Pop weren't under any pressure because it was, we should have been fishing while we was. And it wasn't as urgent to get them out there. So yeah, we work all this shit out. What sort of crew like manning on a boat like this? I know the other day when they came out, what did we have, about 5?
I think that,
5 or 6
but
on
I
the
would have
boat.
thought a lot of the time, if there's people here that come out as part of
It
the
depends on
experience,
the situation. If you're calling in people from home, there's always a duty crew on.
Yeah.
And that'll vary from 4 to 5 people usually.
Yeah.
This boat you have to have 3 or 4 minimum to run it.
Yeah.
Depends what you're doing. West Wide one we can operate with 3.
Okay.
And the other 2, just 2 people.
2 people.
But if you say you're doing a flare sighting, we get called out a lot because kids let off flares, and each time they do it, we have to go out to search. And the police coordinate that, and they give you a pattern, an area to search.
Yeah.
You need 2 or 3 people just looking, and then you need someone to drive the boat, someone else to keep the course to make sure you're on track.
Yeah,
so
not
you need at least 4 or 5 to do a proper flare search. Yeah. Spirit of Mandurah.
Spirit of Mandurah, so that's the big one. We didn't need to be towed by that one, luckily. We're just going to look on the boat that actually towed us in, guys. There's the motors. They're big uns.
So this is West Wide one. This is a sort of utility boat, does everything.
Yeah.
2 335 horsepower Volkswagen diesels.
Oh yeah. Very nice and clean too.
Yeah.
Where they need to be. And look at that, guys, I'll just show you something. That's the fuel separator down there. I don't know if you can see it. There's no water in that one.
And you know what? Every time we get on this boat, that's why these are open.
Yeah.
As soon as you start the motor, we have to check those.
Do you?
And the skipper, whoever's the skipper for the day, has to firstly come and check those
Make sure they're clear.
and make sure there's water in the intakes for the coolant.
Oh, okay.
So that's why these are up, because we do that every single time we go
Every
out.
time. Yeah, because they don't have anybody else to call for help, guys. So this is inside.
Inside we've got much the same gear that we've got on the other boat. So we've got the Simrad system, the radio direction finder, all the different radios. And Pop gets a comfy seat this time.
Yeah.
comfy seat.
Don't get too used to it, sunshine.
I've got to win the lotto.
Well, we had to step up when we went from the tinny to the boat we got, and we actually got seats, so.
But don't you find with boats, whatever you have, there's always something else.
Oh,
if you had $1 billion, there'd still be someone with a better one.
Yeah. So we don't go so far, so we're happy with what we got.
Toilet on this one.
Yep.
So have we. It's a little black bucket. So yeah. So this is the boat that actually towed us in, so it's good to have a look inside. So I was just sort of saying to John about the driving a boat like this. Obviously you can't jump from something I'm driving or from a tinny and then drive something like this so well. So what was you just saying about the training and stuff?
The basic qualification for any of our crews is to have your ordinary recreational skipper's ticket. But then we have complete ongoing training covering all aspects of search and rescue work.
Yeah.
All the rope work, driving the boat. So even if you're a new crew member, we all get to do everything. The idea is that if you're on the crew of this boat, you're capable of doing anything on the boat. You might not be the skipper.
No.
Say the skipper's incapacitated for whatever reason, you might need to drive that boat that day. So
Yeah.
we all get to have a go at everything. And we take it turns at being deck boss. That's when we get out to, like when they came to pick you up, when they actually got to you, the deck boss takes over.
Yes.
And he's calling the shots, he's telling people when to throw the ropes. If they'd had to raft you up, he will be calling the shots there, telling the skipper to bring the boat forward or back, or, you know, put this rope on, put that rope on. So it's a real delegation of skills and a whole lot of skills to pick up.
Yeah.
And it goes on and on and on. The longer you're here, the more qualified you get.
And the more experience you get.
The more experience you get. So you start off, you want to become a skipper, you'll start off on the little rubber duck. You'll get your qualifications on that for day, and then for nights. You'll move on to Charles B, day, nights, and so on this boat, and then on to Spirit of Mandurah.
Okay.
So if you took that in terms of years, it could take you, you know, maybe 5-6 years to work your way through. But during that time, you're never going to be bored. There's always something to do.
So the thing is too, guys, if you're out there, especially if you're retired and you got the time, have a think about it, because I'm sure they're always looking for people to come out and help. I mean, the more the merrier, they always say with these things. So yeah.
Yeah, we have. You can fill in an application form if you'd like to join. We have a couple of sessions a year where we have an open day, and everyone who's filled out one of those forms gets to come along and find out a little bit more about what we do. If they want to persevere with it, we then go through an interview system, and then we'll have 2 intakes a year. The reason we do it that is so the training courses
All aligned.
are always full up.
Yeah.
You know, we're not struggling to get people.
Yeah.
But if you've got time, you think you can contribute, come and get a form. Yeah.
Excellent. So that was a little trip round the local marine rescue. I'm doing this in the car because I just videoed out there and they're sandblasting a boat next door, so you probably didn't hear it. So yeah, that's like I say, a little look around the local Mandurah Marine Rescue, and another big thank you for them coming and getting us, and I hope you guys learned something out of all this. So we'll see you later.